Hi, everybody. My name is Jason Nicholas Major, and I am the writer and creator of The Rock is Born Christmas Nativity, the classic story of true love, boy meets girl, and the birth of the Son of God, set in modern day times. So, for those of you who've never seen it, back in 2010, I'd seen the play Rock of Ages, which takes the plot of Don't Stop Believing, which is a boy meets girl, boy loses girl, boy gets girl, and turned it, and that's a stage production that was on Mirvish in Toronto, and I'd seen that play and was really loved the '80s type of music, the power ballads and the story behind them. And then I got the idea of like singing those songs in my head and saying, well, what if it was "Oh Mary" instead of "Oh Sherry"? And that's where the idea of taking the nativity story, but as a romantic comedy, came about. And so when I originally created, I was going to Toronto Airport Christian Fellowship, and I just got a whole bunch of cool friends to. Basically, I wrote the story. Had a friend of mine co-write the draft that became the 2010 version, and then we produced that and created it. And we had original songs by friends of mine who had kind of wrote their own original songs here and there, and we placed them in the play, and we did a production at the Brennan Circus, and on December 12th, 2010 was the first performance, followed by another performance the Friday after, and it was a wonderful time, and I'll never forget it. And we have the whole video on YouTube, in the links below, and you can see that. So that was the play. That play, Mary and Joseph was set in modern day Toronto, and a baby Jesus was born in a nightclub. And fast forward a couple of years, and I continued to work on the play and throughout and doing redrafts. And then then in 2014, I was able to do a little drama skit for the Toronto Airport Christian Fellowship as part of their Christmas dinner. And I did the Mary meets Gabriel scene, and we redid the Mary meets Gabriel scene. And Rob Demers played the role of Gabriel in that. That was followed the following year with Tyndale University College's Drama Club doing a full-length production. By that point, I had rewritten the script. Act 2 was entirely different, and we used Christmas carols as placeholders. Now, I hope to rock them out a little bit longer, but we did what we could, and we had Christmas carols doing as the placeholders for the songs in the play, and did another full-length production for Tyndale Bible College, and I was really proud of that production. And meanwhile, Rob Demers helped with a fundraiser for Make-A-Wish in downtown Toronto, and at the Amsterdam Bicycle Club. This was followed the following year in 2016. We did a Christmas in July fundraiser for World Vision. Learned a lot of lessons from that, but we showed a portion of the play, the Mary meets Joey storyline, like a 15-minute portion of the play, which we updated it. It had a little sort of variety show before, and a little music number afterwards, and so it was like the Rock is Born holiday special, but a Christmas in July party. It was a lot of fun, and we learned a lot of creative stuff from that. Then I moved from Toronto to Windsor, and the following year in 2017, I did the Rock is Born Windsor edition, and that was cool. It ended up being about a 30-minute long play. Kevin Rogers and his band Two Fish with Kevin Saunders helped. They did their music and as a background band, and it was just like more focused on actually the Act 2 storyline. So it was more focused on the Wise Men storyline that we had developed in the play, where the Wise Men in our version, which are a rock band, called the Wise Men. So that was really cool. And then we ended up raising some great money for Feeding Windsor that year in 2017. And then the following year, I finally made it back to my hometown of Amherstburg, Ontario, and I was very excited. And I got the permission and blessing of Amherstburg Community Church, and we did a little short vignette of a scene that I called Angels from Paradise Christmas. And that was focused, I decided to focus on a different storyline than the previous one, because the previous one was focused on the Wiseman storyline. I focused on the storyline of the Angels from Paradise, and which were the angels that met the shepherds. And this particular storyline in 2018, the shepherds were farmers who lived on the outskirts of Amherstburg, Ontario, and they were visited by the angel Gloria and the Angels from Paradise, and it was a junior high production, and it was really fun, and a lot of cool stuff from that. And that was the last actual stage production. And then last year we managed to get the original Mary, Morgan Catherine Thompson Reed, played Mary in the 2010 one and had contributed to some of the songs and did a great job. She helped with some friends of hers and friends of mine from Toronto to do a little 5-minute video called Mary Meets Gabriel, which was, we got to show that as kind of at an Amherstburg Community Church, and also it was like meant to be like a teaser to see if there was interest in something that could show future people of what I would like to do with the play going forward. And then this year, in light of everything, I'll say that, that's happened, what I've decided to do was, you'll see that I did a whole bunch of series of videos, different skits. So I did a scene based on Joey's prayer to God about how he felt about Mary. I did little skits and made up new characters. So there's Mel Melvinson, who's a character you'll see later on too, and I jokingly called the Baldwin family as an in-joke for those who know the Baldwins have been part of Christian movies. All these little skits of fake auditions that happened for The Rock Is Born, and fake little skits and songs that basically workshopping Rock Is Born songs, and so that's been a lot of fun. And this is the complete Rock Is Born play that I printed out back in 2019. So it was it's the full length play that has not been ever produced. This was finished last year, and since then for those who don't know, I also did a full-length ebook. So it was called Christmas Mountain. You can find it on www.cwgministries.org, Communion with God Ministries. It's called Christmas Mountain. It's a 25-day devotional of the Christmas Nativity story, putting you in a place where you basically are looking to kind of meditate on the Christmas Nativity story and experience it, encounter it for yourself. So that was cool. And I just want to tell you that I am very excited to say that I have also written many other stories and ideas that I have in my mind in terms of creativity. So I'm very excited to say two things before I end this video. One is thank you very much to the original cast and all the people from 2010 up to 2020 who have supported me through the years, those in Toronto, in Windsor, in Amherstburg, and all my friends from abroad. I would like to thank also the actors and producers from Rock of Ages Toronto who inspired all this nonsense. You guys are really dear to my hearts, and I want to thank you for the bottom of my heart. And I'm going to shout out to Andrew Sweet, who has been behind the scenes, one of my biggest supporters, and behind the scenes in terms of producing a lot of these ones that were in Toronto. And finally, I think I should tell you what's to come, shouldn't I? And I have two big announcements for December 12th, 2020. First is, yes, I am going to do Rock Is Born 2021. And I feel to do an update version of even this version of the script, so there'd be a new version of the script that I'll update. We'll see what happens over the course of the year, how that will actually transition and look like, but I'll be very excited to bring you The Rock Is Born 2021. And for those who are shaking their head going, oh Lord, when is he going to move on? When is he going to come up with something different? Very excited to tell you that I am hard at work at a new play called Space Station Nativity. And that play will center around the plot of a space station that exists near the Nativity Star in 1,000 years in the future. And basically, that play is not going to be the Nativity story set in the future. It's going to be about this Nativity, this I think Star Trek Deep Space Nine or Babylon 5, but it's a historical site that kind of it ties in with the Nativity Star. People go there every year to like learn about the Nativity Star, but there's going to be a love story, boy meets girl, boy gets girl, that mirrors the Nativity story, the elements of the Nativity story, brings you back to and basically asking the question, what's the meaning of the Nativity story going forward into our future? And my desire and passion is that it's going to be inspired by 1970s music, Flash Gordon, Guardians of the Galaxy, and a lot of 1970s influences as well as Star Trek. So that's going to be really an exciting story. And the main characters are going to be named Ted and Olivia. That's going to be your love couple, and I was also inspired by the musician Meatloaf. So this is going to be an awesome time and an awesome story that I'm going to look forward to writing and showing you a version of it. And the character Mel Malvinson, who has been doing some of these little dance videos, his descendant is going to be the MC and host for that. So there's going to be a continuity between the two plays. I'm very excited to tell you that. And I'm wishing you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I look forward to sharing with you new videos in the future. Merry Christmas.